Gaming is pay to win and no longer fun. Let me explain. Most people are going to have more fun if they are winning every once in a while, rather than getting stomped every single round. That's obvious, but gaming nowadays has become a stomping ground for the average casual player, with most of this coming down to money. Without getting into the rabbit hole discussion of explaining why skill-based matchmaking is trash, this video will solely be focusing on paying your way to be good. Let's start off with the basics: hardware. Even if you aren't a PC sweat, money is sweeping in to affect console players too.
The best controller in my opinion is the Battle Beaver, mostly because you can have 6 paddle buttons on the back of your controller. So let's start with those. My top left paddle is crouch, middle left paddle is throw grenade, and bottom left paddle is check the scoreboard. This is critical because it helps me know when I need to push. I can see how many enemies are down and I know, oh, I can still keep my reticle up and ready and know how many enemies are alive or dead. Now the top right paddle is switch weapons. So when I'm aiming down sight, I can YY, be good to go. Middle right paddle is sprint. So if I need a curb slide, it's pretty easy. And then finally, the bottom right paddle is to switch grenades.
Having extra buttons and better thumbsticks on a controller drastically changes the way a game is played and improves the ability of the normal player. I play claw in order to get a halfway decent chance of playing consistently like the other players with keyboard or mouse or very expensive controllers. If you don't claw or buy an expensive controller, you don't stand a chance. Let's move on to PC. I am personally a console owner, but in my days of playing highly ranked competitive matchmaking in Halo, one thing always happens. The entire enemy team is on PC every single time for the most part. Why is that? Well, PC provides an extreme advantage compared to console.
Now first up, am I on console or PC? I play on PC. That is mainly because I uncapped the frame rate. On the Xbox Series X, it's 120 FPS only. On PC, you can actually uncap your frame rate. So I uncap it to 250 FPS. And that's because I play on such bad connection. I play on 240 ping, Australian on an American server. It actually helps make the connection feel better. If you play on a high ping, on a low FPS, you are going to suffer. And I found for me personally, being on a high FPS really helps counteract the bad connection.
On screen now are the averages for each DPI, and the results are pretty obvious. But I am surprised. I didn't feel like I was actually performing any better or worse on any one particular DPI. If anything, I actually liked 800 the most out of all of them, even though I performed the worst on 800 DPI. Which brings me to my next point, and that is that I did feel a difference from one to the next, and it's almost like they have their own unique personality.
With the refresh rate being higher, DPI manipulations, etc., accuracy can increase dramatically in some games, making PC players win in some cases just due to their advanced hardware compared to the average player. The hit registration is much better, etc. Not only that, but you can also pay for faster internet with better ping to have an advantage as well. Friends and I on console always used to joke around and say crossplay ruined gaming.
Whatever the cost.
I would always be able to, my friends and I, whenever it was mandated that you played with the same console, not everyone was on a controller and everyone was playing Xbox, we would perform pretty well. But now we're getting capped at this like kind of mid-tier level because all the PC players are now at the top. And this also is just frustrating because you can't even progress or have a fun game anymore because of the capability and ability of PC. Next, let's discuss loot boxes and rare unlocks with special abilities. Rewarding players for in-game purchases makes sense, but the issue is when you reward them with better weapons.
Any company who wants to make money off of loot boxes is going to do everything in their power to incentivize the purchase.
Wait, won't rec packs with special weapons break the exquisitely refined balance of arena multiplayer?
Secure your noise hole, soldier! Grown-ups are talking.
Damn it.
Infinite Warfare offering objectively better weapons. Halo 5 and Halo Wars 2 created entire game modes with the sole intent of selling packs. They paywalled emblems in a freaking Halo game.
Of course the game would reward you for making in-game purchases, but this does not make for a fun gaming experience overall. These issues combined with skill-based matchmaking, which will be discussed in a later video, gaming has become stagnant, sweaty, and no longer worth the grind. Gaming is not worth dropping $4 grand just to compete or be at a level playing field. My perspective is from a competitive player, but I feel like a ton of gamers feel the same way I do. Leave a comment down below if you agree with me, and share this with your friends to get the conversation going. If you enjoyed today's video, feel free to like, subscribe. It really helps out the algorithm and will spread this out to more people.